Good morning, everybody. Shift your mindset here from a sunny South Africa, and we'll be talking about this today's episode. The governing body isn't the sharpest pencil in the box. They're not the brightest people in the room. And why do I say that? Yes, cricket. Because I often talk to JWs. And it's about new light and divine intervention. They are spirit-guided men and think that. But they're not. And I have proof now that they are not. They let themselves influence from the outer world, from the worldly governments, etc. And it's all about the money. It's all about bringing that money in as much as they can. And they change doctrines and policies around that. And they are influenced by that. And why do I say that? Let's take a look together. Because I go to jw.org and I see that they won the court case in Norway. Hey, Norway again. And it is a bitter pill for us ex-JWs, of course, that we lost that hearing, that appeal. It's a big victory for the Jehovah's Witnesses. But if there is one critical JW out there, then we're speaking to you now, because you will see that I am right about what I'm gonna say next. The Court of Appeal unanimously overturns unconstitutional ruling in Norway. On March 14, the Bogarting Court of Appeal unanimously turned the Oslo District Court's decision to revoke the legal registration of Jehovah's Witnesses in Norway. They also awarded our brothers $800,000 in compensation for legal costs incurred during both trials. I don't know why the Jehovah's Witnesses have to hear that, but of course. Now we're coming to the part, people. In 2022, the country governor of Oslo and Viken revoked the registration, thereby blocking us from receiving state subsidies that more than 700 registered religious communities in Norway benefit from. The state based its decision on the assertion that we should change our scriptural practice of removing unrepentant wrongdoers from the congregation. After the Oslo District Court upheld the government's decision in March 2024, Jehovah's Witnesses in Norway appealed. This latest decision overturns the lower court's unconstitutional rulings. The state may still appeal this decision to the country's Supreme Court. And we hope we're gonna go to Supreme Court and that they overthrow that appeal from the Jehovah's Witnesses. But I was just reading it like a normal JW would read it. Just read it. But now we're gonna critically look at it. What's stated here? Because there is a sentence in there that flips the whole script in the disadvantage of Jehovah's Witnesses. So the governing body, I don't know why you put that sentence in, but it's gonna ruin you for those people who take notice of sentences and words. Because words matter. Words can break somebody, words can uplift somebody. Words you speak will tell you a lot about yourself if you are a positive or a negative person. So what is the sentence I just read that is important? Is this sentence: the state based its decision on the assertion that we should change our scriptural practice of removing unrepentant wrongdoers from the congregation. Every Jehovah's Witness knows that they changed the view or changed the shunning practice. Not that much, but they changed it. And because they are now doing their victory lap around the track, they have exposed the reason they changed it. And why is that? Just let us go through it again. 2022, the country revoked our registration, blocking us from state subsidies. They're saying it's about the money, because other religions get it, but we don't get it, so boo, we want it. They just, in plain sight, they don't hide it, it's about the money. So JWs, go think about that. But we go on. After the Oslo District Court upheld the government's decision in March 2024, Jehovah's Witnesses in Norway appealed. Before that sentence, it stated that the state based its decision in 2022 on the assertion that we should change our scriptural practice of removing unrepentant wrongdoers from the congregation. In 2024 March, they say that the government upheld that decision to revoke that subsidy. And now it's getting interesting. 2022, 2024, March, July, August 2024, there was a watchtower with the new rules about shunning. That we try our best before judicial committee. If there's no other way, then someone is removed. We call it removing now, so shunning, it's less harsh for the people to hear in court. We can text somebody to come back to the congregation. If someone wants to come back, we reinstate them sooner. So it's not about a year and a half to be treated like a leprechaun. No, it's sooner, so we don't violate human rights stuff. And you see, they had a vision. They changed it. They changed it so much that they get rid of that one person that said about Norway and shunning that we would never change our policies. Who was that? Tight Pants Tony. He was the real deal, and we gotta respect him, because he was the one who wouldn't budge, who wouldn't change a thing because of a worldly government. He was the only one with a backbone. You like him, you hate him, but he was the one who wasn't willing to make changes for the governments outside of your religion for just getting in some money, some state subsidy. And he was booted out because of that, because they knew they had to make changes to uphold the subsidy they are getting. So it's just a chronicle thing. 2022 revoked. 2024 they still are revoked. We're gonna appeal in March. But before the appeal takes place, in July, August, we have a new watchtower. We are softening the shunning rules, and we're softening it about minors, that they are not in a judicial committee, but first with some elders and some parents, and they have multiple conversations before someone gets removed, blah, blah, blah. You can text somebody, hey, come back to the congregation meeting. So there is a little bit of contact where they can hide behind that there is contact. Okay, we go into court and we lie our ass off to say, no, it's up to the family if they want contact with this fellowship person. Still, they're lying in court. That doesn't change. But it's clearly, and I hope you guys understand this very well, Jehovah's Witnesses, it's clear now, it's in the open now, that The state based its decision on the assertion that we should change our scriptural practice of removing unrepentant wrongdoers from the congregation. And after the state based its decision that we should change it, we have changed it. Because after they lost, when they upheld that decision in court in March 2024, we have changed our policies. So if you read the news good, in a critical way, and that you want to understand what the reason is, then you find the reason in their own literature, people. It's in plain sight. They don't even hide it, that they are tricking you, that they are playing with you, that they change a policy because they want money from a government. And they say how much money they got now, and they're bragging about that 800,000 they got from the government of Norway. That 800,000 is already gone because they have a court case in an abuse case left, right, up and down. In Brazil, in everywhere, Germany now. So Spain, that 800,000 is long gone, but they have to brag about the amount of money that they got from the Norwegian government. They brag about their victory, but it's in plain sight that the state wanted them to change the scriptural practice of shunning. And coincidentally, it was changed just after they lost that appeal in March 2024. Guys, it's 2025. This is an important year for all of us to wake up, to free us from the shackles of the governing body and the Jehovah's Witness religion. If you are thinking about leaving, make a concrete plan. Make a plan. Start making a plan. If you left the Jehovah's Witnesses, free yourself from all the guilt, the anxiety, and everything that holds you back from living the life you want to live, you deserve to live. Because it's time, people. The masks fall off. They exposing their true identity. People who are not complying with them, who would never comply with this, that a worldly organization or a court or a country or a government wants to change your policies and you go along with it. Tight Pants Tony didn't budge. He stood his ground and he was booted out, had to sign some NDAs, I think, to keep quiet about it. They gave him a comfortable house and they are paying for it, so he's sorted out till the day he dies and he leaves this Mother Earth. But he was a true believer. Right or wrong, he stood his ground and he was booted out. So if you are not complying with them, you are on your way out. But look at this, Jehovah's Witnesses. You're getting fooled every minute of the day. And this has to stop. So take control over your own life. Start building your own life. Free yourself from anxieties, from guilt, from depression, from everything that these guys are responsible for. Don't let them win. You have to win and make your own life. That's it for today, guys. We see each other on the next episode.